Hey everyone, Wausau Mayor Katie Rosenberg here with the amazing Marathon County Health Officer Laura Scudiere. How are you today?
I'm good.
Good.
Doing well. How are you, Katie?
I'm good. I'm feeling contemplative though, because we lost one of the major folks in my, I don't know, political life that I recall as a kid growing up, Colin Powell. I'm kind of blown away by that. And maybe actually this is a good opportunity to use that as our first thing to talk about today. I mean, obviously he was vaccinated, but he was dealing with some stuff. Maybe we could just talk about what led. I mean, obviously you're not doing all the research into him, but I'm curious your thoughts on what he went through and what we should glean from his experience. And also, man, what a good dude. He served our country for so long. Just appreciate.
Yeah, I'm a little worried because I don't want the message to be that Colin Powell was vaccinated, but he still died from COVID, like why? So because the thing is that no vaccine is 100% effective. But if you do get vaccinated, you're so much less likely to be hospitalized or have severe illness. But the chance is not zero, Katie. And so that's why we all need to be protecting each other. And that's again why we're doing stuff like why we're saying, might still be good to mask up and to do physical distancing and to stay home if you're sick and to get tested. It's because we want to protect people that have these other illnesses going on, immune compromised individuals that may need more protection.
Yeah, I know he had a couple of kind of health issues, I think, that contributed. I mean, obviously we can't know everything about his health, but that seemed to be the message that I was taking from it. People with fragile immune systems really are at risk even if they are vaccinated. So it's important that I think that's the herd, right? In herd immunity is making sure that we're protecting the weakest folks.
Yeah. It's a sad loss. There's so many individuals that we've lost to COVID that really could have been prevented. And that's, hard for us and every day when we come to work at public health, our job is to try to prevent more. And so that's what we're doing right now, Katie.
Yeah, well, I feel like I need to share my one Colin Powell story. I remember I was kind of that weird kid, shocker. But when the Gulf War started, I was kind of watching that CNN video and the green stuff. And, my parents were explaining, how you explain to a 6-year-old, right? What this is all about. But afterwards, in that 1991 in May, there was this huge military parade in Chicago. And my mom brought me because she knew I was kind of obsessing over what this thing is that just happened. Mm-hmm. And at the end of it, Colin Powell was kind of leaving the parade, and like I was enthusiastic. I didn't know exactly who he was, but I did after that. He waved at me and said hello, and I was so excited that in 6th grade, you get to do biographies on people. I was like, Colin Powell, that's my guy. So remembering he really did contribute to our country for so long. So anyway, appreciate it. Okay. This is 3 things. I'm getting out in the weeds of other things. So I'm going to redirect myself on a question. I know that you probably have some expertise in boosters, and you're getting lots of questions about them. What should I do? I'm seeing stuff about, different vaccines and how the best boosters are. So maybe you could give us some insight there.
Yeah, right now, the only ones that are approved are if you got Pfizer. So if you got Pfizer, then you may be eligible for a booster. There's conversations happening right now, Katie, and we're not sure what it's going to look like, but there's all kinds of different things being thrown around for boosters for Moderna, Johnson & Johnson. So I will keep you posted.
Okay.
I don't know anything more today.
Okay. I'm really curious too. Obviously I'm getting all these Google alerts now on, oh, you should get a different vaccine than you got for your original 1 or 2 shots. And so very curious about how to be the most protected we can be.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how it all shakes out.
Cool. All right. Well, that's a very good and scientific answer. Appreciate you. Okay, here's my last question. It's probably the one that you've been hearing the most. Is this pandemic over yet?
Yeah. Is it over with yet?
Yeah, can we be done?
Oh yeah. I get this question, Katie, probably 5 times a day at least. Like
It's an important question.
it is. Like, is it done yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Yeah. I'm about to poke my brother in the back seat if we continue on much
I will
further.
turn this car around, Katie.
Please do. Bring me back to 2019.
So for Marathon County, it is not over. We're still our weekly case average is about 71 new cases per day, according to the CDC. Yeah, it's not great. According to the CDC, we're still in high activity. So it's not over for us. I think that there's a desire for it to be over. I think that there's no one that wants it to be over more than public health right now.
Yeah.
Should probably say that. I think that there's this myth that we just love the pandemic so much we were prolonging it.
There are other public health things that you could be working on if your focus wasn't COVID.
Yeah, so many chronic diseases and disparities that we need to address and health.
I talked to someone on your team about lead paint, and that was really exciting to hear about, and how you can save kids.
Yep. Oh yeah. There's all kinds of new things that we need to address, like drug issues and mental health issues. Like there's a lot of public health things that didn't go away in the pandemic. And so essentially, Katie, the answer is no, it's not over yet. We really won't know if we're on the downslope until we see a downslope, which is kind of a weird thing to say, but that's where we're at.
Okay, so people should keep wearing their mask when they're in close quarters, physically distance, wash your hands a whole lot, stay home if you're sick, get tested if you think you might have COVID, all of those things that we've been talking about for the last almost 2 years. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Keep doing those things. Let's kick it.
Yeah, I would love for this to be in our rearview mirror. And, talking about how we can use it as a learning experience and prevent other terrible things like this happening again in the future. That is what I want to work towards. So let's all get there by getting vaccinated and doing all those things you just mentioned.
Okay, we got this. We all just need to keep working together.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Laura, for the 3 things this week. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Take care.